Both Dr. Height, who I was privileged to know, and Dr. Bethune, who I, as a youngster growing up in Jacksonville, Florida, knew. I knew Dr. Bethune. And the reason is that my great grandfather, Abraham Lincoln Lewis, was a very close friend of Dr. Bethune's. And because of their friendship, I benefited. I'm struggling now for words that would capture this. I was blessed to actually know Dr. Bethune. The relationship between Dr. Bethune and my great-grandfather, Abraham Lincoln Lewis, whose image is behind me. His portrait is there. If I move my head, there he is. Their relationship was so close that she convinced him to serve on the board of Bethune-Cookman College, where she was the president. And he convinced her to serve on the board of Edward Waters College in Jacksonville, where he was a trustee. In the museum, in the community where I now live, about 40 miles north of Jacksonville, Florida, where I was born. In this community, in this historic American beach community founded under the leadership of my great-grandfather, Abraham Lincoln Lewis, we have a museum, a small but mighty museum that focuses on the life and the work of my great-grandfather, Abraham Lincoln Lewis, and my sister, my only blood sister. I also have one blood brother. In that museum, we have correspondence between A.L. Lewis and Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. And of course, I have spent a good deal of time reading about Dr. Bethune and always treasuring that as a youngster, my sister and I would sometimes be put in the back of a car driven by my mom, our mom. Off we would go to Daytona Beach, Florida, where my mom wanted to be with her sorority sisters, her Delta sisters, who worked at Bethune-Cookman. And if Dr. Bethune was in her office when we arrived on that campus, my sister and I would have the almost indescribable privilege of going to see Dr. Bethune in her office. And sometimes I do just stop and think, ooh, what would Dr. Bethune say about this? Or what would Dr. Bethune think about that? And while, of course, I can only imagine, what would she say about a time such as this? I am going to at least respectfully suggest that she would say, get up and get to work. There is so much work to be done. Yes, especially in these challenging times. so much work to be done. And so my sisters get to work.